hope this finds you well. In the last video I took you down onto the karstlands of Stirling and Bannockburn, and we discussed where perhaps day 2 of the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314 took place. And as part of that battle we talked about how it turned into a rout when the English king Edward II fled the field and his men panicked and fled in all directions, pursued by the Scots, the Scottish army, who were out for vengeance for the years of tyranny and oppression that they had endured. Now, we talked about that they fled over the Bannockburn, and there's a number of areas talked about in the chronicles, which I'll go into later in the video, that might identify and highlight certain areas of the Bannockburn that they fled across. But what I've done today, I've brought you down to the Bannockburn, and the battle, we know, on the day 2 of the battle, took place on the 24th of June. Here we are, this is the 25th of July, so the vegetation and the weather will be very similar perhaps to what took place on that day. So I just want to show you around the burn some of the steepnesses of the side of the burn. Chroniclers talked about it being a ditch, a great ditch. Can we consider this a ditch? Would it be difficult to get in and out of if you were being pursued? So I'll let you be the judge of that, but I'm going to show you around, and I'll do a short discussion and commentary as we go, and I'll show you some other shots, and we'll discuss what some of the chroniclers said. So here we go. We're going to have a wee walk around the Bannockburn, which is to the east of the A91 and to the east end of the karstlands where perhaps the battle took place. So we're at a part of the Bannockburn just to the east of the A91, and hopefully it's clear in the video there, but you can see the bankings coming into this part of the Bannockburn, and this is on the side, the right hand side here as you look at it. This is the side from which the English would have fled over, and over to the far side. Now the banking here, where they would need to jump down into the burn, is probably about 8 to 10 feet high. It's a significant drop into the burn. And the burn itself, a small island in the middle here. The burn itself in bits is 2 to 3 feet deep here. And then when we get to the far banking, difficult to see through the vegetation, but those bankings are a good 5-6 foot high on the far side there. And once you have got over that, you're climbing up back into the level karst again, which is a good number of metres higher than the burn, which is incised into the karst. So let's take a look at other parts of the burn, see what else there is for us to see. Likelihood is that the English fled in all directions. It was said that they fled in the direction of the Bannockburn, where many drowned, the River Forth, where many drowned, and onwards up to the castle, where many were captured, taken prisoner and ransomed. best be described as a great ditch. Absolutely. The banking here is about 8 to 10 feet high. And if this river was running higher, as it probably was back in the day, this would certainly be a huge obstacle to anyone trying to cross in a panic. Now the fence that you see in front of you there leads down into the ditch of the Bannockburn to the east of the A91. And as I pan around, beyond the flatlands of the Carse, you'll see the Ochil Hills. On the left hand side there, Demayet. Now I'll just read you some of the quotes from various chroniclers back in the day. The English troops, now in retreat or rout, needed to recross the Bannockburn, and there it was seems that the English army was effectively destroyed. Many fell in this great ditch, and others only escaped it with difficulty. And there a great part of their army perished, with the Bannockburn between the hills being stuck full of men and horses. Now the Carselands are a flat area of land. There are no significant hills down here. Now that was written by Barber, John Barber, Scottish chronicler. Could he have been referring to the Ochil Hills in the background there? For they are a prominent part of the landscape. Now they are beyond the Forth, a mile or two from where we are standing, to the east of the A91. But being a prominent part of the landscape, as we look at them today, the Scots army under King Robert the Bruce would have seen the exact same sight as we are looking at today. For some things are unchanging over the years, and the Ochil Hills are one of them. Could it be that when he talks about the Bannockburn being stuck full of men and horses between the hills, that he was referring to the Ochil Hills in the background? Food for thought, perhaps. This is quite a place. Beautiful, tranquil, serene today, belying its tragic past. But we're on a quest to find out where the Battle of Bannockburn took place. If we can identify where the English fled across this burn, we'll be able to trace back to where the battle, or where we think the battle took place. So as I say, we're at the east of the A91 today. The next trip will be down to the tidal areas of the Bannockburn, and that's entirely different. Muddy, tidal, a far cry from the area we're standing in today. So tune in to the next short instalment as we continue our journey down the banks of the Bannockburn, across the Carselands of Stirling and Bannockburn, as it meanders its way down to the confluence with the River Forth. And let's see if we can come to a conclusion of where we think the rout and the Battle of Bannockburn 1314 took place. Hope you've enjoyed this wee trip. Catch you later.